Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Baseballers Show on SBC Radio. Today, we have a special edition of the NL East Who's Gonna Win the Division talk show. I'm Marcus Trevetti alongside Jake Morgenstein and Carson. So, boys, today the discussion is, who do you think will win the NL East division as we almost head into the All-Star break? I'll start with you first, Jake.
I think the New York Mets are going to come out and really show what they have not been able to do the past few seasons. Past few seasons, the New York Mets have not been able to become a second-half team, and I think this season they will become a second-half team. The New York Mets squad consists of a great pitching staff with Jacob deGrom coming back alongside Max Scherzer and Chris Bassitt, who is newly picked up. They also have good fourth and fifth starters who could also be a third starter in Tyler McGill. The lineup, it consists of a lot of good and known names, including Pete Alonso and Francisco Lindor. Let's go to Carson.
I love the pick of the Mets, but I actually think it's going to be the Atlanta Braves. Yes, I know that they lost Freddie Freeman, but they're doing really well right now after a slump in the beginning. Ronald Acuna Jr. is playing really well. Max Swanson obviously playing really well. I think that this team's pitchers are but they're pretty good. I think that this team will come out of that division barely, maybe by a half game or a game, and that's what I think is going to happen in the NL East. I think they're going to barely pass the Mets.
Yeah, well, I definitely think the Atlanta Braves will take the lead. I mean, the Mets always choke the division every year. It's a classic Mets. It's a classic Mets. But I do think realistically the Atlanta Braves will win the division. But I have a little bit of a hot take here that I honestly think, I think they'll push for playoff contention. I think there's a small possibility that the Miami Marlins win the NL East this year.
No
they have
way.
Jazz Chisholm coming back. They have the best pitcher in baseball in Sandy Alcantara. And they also have an all-star snub in Pablo Lopez. So, clear as crystal, Marlins have good pitching, and their bullpen's pretty good, as Sixto Sanchez may be due for a return later in the season.
Push for a third-place spot because the Phillies are a fourth-place team.
And also, the Marlins are just built well, good defensive team, and they know how to hit well offensively, and they've been doing really well right now, even without their star, Jazz Chisholm.
This season they'll get third. Next season, in the next couple seasons, they'll be rising up, have a chance to take the division. But Phillies are a fourth-place team. The Phillies getting in fourth. And with their stacked team, I'm surprised that their team is going to finish fourth again, but they just will.
All right, well, now I'm going to open up the phone lines. 1-800-PLEASE-CALL is the number.
Ooh, looks like we got a
And
caller.
we got a caller. Hello. What is your name and what is your question?
My name is Chris Pereira. My question is about the Atlanta Braves. How quickly and how fast does Acuna need to be back to what Acuna is?
Well,
Acuna's back to what he is.
yeah, I definitely think Acuna is back to what he is, as he was an automatic pick for All-Star game. But I do see where you're coming from. Acuna has not been playing extremely well lately, and he hasn't been playing like he's one of the better players in the MLB. He's been getting out a lot, and he's been getting out in cheesy ways by popping up to the catcher and popping up foul and striking out a lot. I think Acuna really just needs to work on his swing, time up the pitches, and I think he just really needs to take that leadership role now in Atlanta, that Freddie Freeman is gone, and that possibly Dansby Swanson might be leaving next year in free agency.
I think the Acuna, he just needs. The team's gonna make the playoffs. I just think Acuna needs to become back to like how he was last season, especially after Summer Derby, by the playoffs. If Acuna is the way he is by the playoffs, the Atlanta Braves can make another huge run in the playoffs and possibly back-to-back World Series.
Here's the thing. The All-Star game is probably one of the most pivotal points at the end in the season, because after the All-Star break, the games really count, because if you slump after the All-Star break, you're not going to do good. And I think Acuna is going to be better than he normally is, and he's going to actually carry this team to the playoffs and maybe even, who knows, maybe another World Series.
Oh, well, that's definitely a possibility. And speaking of coming back in the second half of the season. We have the Washington Nationals, who won the World Series in 2019 after having a great comeback in the second half of the season. Well, thank you, Krish, though. Thank you, Krish, for joining in for the call. We'll see you later. So now, I think for the last section of the show, we'll do a quick who's going to win the World Series.
New York Mets. Simple.
Okay? It doesn't have to be NL East.
I got the.
I'm gonna go with the other New York team, the New York
Come
Yankees.
on.
Oh!
The Yankees aren't going to be able to get
Hey.
into the World Series.
Hey,
They're going to choke in the playoffs.
hey,
Yankees
they have
listen.
the best winning percentage right now in
They-
major
they-
leagues.
When they played
And
a
they
good
have the
team, they
best
tied the
division.
series. When they played against a good team, they tied the series, and they got no hit.
They got no hit, but tying a series is good.
Tying a series is good, but you got to beat good teams. They've been just jumping on bad teams. I looked at their schedule earlier today, and it is a tough second half.
Hey, and also, look what happened with the White Sox. They played easy teams all year last year. Then when they met the Astros in the playoffs, they got smoked.
Yeah, but the
Well-
White Sox, you can't compare the Yankees to the White Sox.
All right, you know what? I think we're not going to make this PTI, and let's end up. But thank you for everyone joining in today. I'm Marcus Trevetti alongside Jake Morgenstein and Carson
On yellow.
on you. See ya.